An essential ingredient to any musical is dance and movement. Watching the story's characters launch into a musical number is all part of the stage spectacle. So how did Mary Poppins creators choreograph the dance sequences on stage? And are the choices that they make all about entertainment? Or does the choreography serve another purpose?
The first decision was, how do you replace the animation? And it was so obvious because, again, it's traced throughout all Pamela's stories. She loved dance. And that was the natural way to do it, and one of the reasons that I always thought that Matthew Bourne had to be involved.
Normally, any show that you go and see is usually in one style. It's in a period style, or it's the style of a particular choreographer like Bob Fosse, or someone that's very, very significant style, very individual style. And this was like, it needed to have all these different styles to tell the different aspects of the story.
In Jolly Holiday, there's a great deal about that is balletic, because when the statues come to life, they have the perfect bodies, they have the perfect symmetry to them, so it seems completely appropriate, going then with the languid quality of the Jolly Holiday music, that they would be expressed through the world of ballet, and they are. When you would get to something like Step in Time, where the chimney sweeps are doing a sort of Edwardian equivalent of stomp, they would tap dance, because that gives you the greatest sounds on the rooftop and gives you that kind of excitement of the group, a group of chimney sweeps celebrating, if you will, celebrating their daily but dangerous work.
Unusually, Mary Poppins has two choreographers collaborating on the show. Matthew Bourne, internationally known for his acclaimed work in ballet and musical theater, and Mear, best known for his dynamic tap and jazz choreography on Broadway and in the West End. So what did these two minds and skill sets bring to the production?
I've always loved tap dancing, so it was great to be able to work with Stephen on a number, in this case Step in Time, where tap was really used as a storytelling device, you know, as something to create a sense of energy and danger and masculinity, I suppose, in some ways, the way we use tap in this particular number. It's very into the ground, it's very dynamic.
When you're in something such as Supercal, is a much more jazz, more conventional, if you will, musical theatre style of movement that's then accentuated by the whole body thing of the company spelling the letters.
Some way into the rehearsal process or the development process, Mear came up with this gestural language, somewhat like deaf sign language. I think of it as like a movement, what you would call a tongue twister, I suppose, but in movement.
Every individual position has to be exactly the same, otherwise, when you have 30 dancers on stage doing it, you know, it can become this entire mess from the audience's perspective. And just that one little detail from the audience makes a whole world of difference. It's very precise.
It's kind of one of those things that everyone in the audience, particularly the young people in the audience, want to learn. They want to try and pick it up and get it themselves.
On a smaller scale to the large and complicated dance numbers we see on stage, to what extent does the physicality of an actor's performance from scene to scene inform his or her character?
Apart from dancing in the show and the different styles of dance in the show, a great deal can be told about any character through their style of movement. And in the show we have such defined and exact characters that the way in which some of those characters move and their styles of movement inform absolutely what kind of person they are.
I think part of the magic of Mary is in her movement. She's just clicking her fingers or doing a little turn and things are happening.
There's a certain alignment about Mary, and whenever she goes anywhere, Mary almost glides wherever she goes. And when Mary goes up the stairs, for example, it's seamless. It's like she glides up like a swan.
Mary Poppins herself was initially a challenge because she's prim, she's proper, she doesn't let herself go very much. What can you do with her movement-wise? And we decided eventually that if Mary Poppins chooses to dance, then she's really good. And we explored a way of doing it where she still kept her demeanour, in a sense, that she needs for the character.
Then you'd have a character like Bert, whose physicality is much more rooted, much more down into the floor, much more earthy. and has more of a swagger about it of someone that kind of says class, says working class, says ordinary man, but says someone who's very comfortable with themselves, very loose physically.
There's one point at the end of Step in Time, the house has come forward and all the chimney sweeps are leaving, and I leave a little bit earlier, and I have about a minute before I come back on again for a very calm, intimate scene with George Banks. And if you saw me, I run off stage and I lie flat on my back, literally going, just trying to get my breath.
Dance and movement, then, provides a hugely significant element to the stage version of Mary Poppins. But what would the original creator of the story have made of the theatrical version?
For Pamela, dance was something mystical. It was about people connecting with one another and connecting with something outside of themselves. And so for her to have seen, for example, the closing number in the stage show, Anything Can Happen, and to see that magical moment with everybody on stage caught up together in a great dance, all of her characters, she would have been absolutely transported by it, I've absolutely no doubt.
Anything